The Quiet Kingdom of Thor, Part 2. High school was a new, sprawling map Thor had to navigate alone. The winter air was sharp and bit at his cheeks, a cold welcome to a place where everyone else seemed to share a secret warmth. They moved in loud, laughing groups, their histories woven together since childhood. Thor, a little taller but still the shortest in his year, was an island in their bustling sea. He clutched the straps of his new backpack, his heart a nervous drum against his ribs. The night before, his father, Eric, had presented him with a new jacket. For the cold, and for a fresh start, he'd said, his eyes tired but kind. Money was tight, a constant, quiet worry in their home, which made the gift feel even bigger. The jacket was thick and warm, with bold white stripes and a logo that looked sporty and important. Thor felt a surge of gratitude, a shield against the first day jitters. He zipped up the jacket, the fabric crisp and new. On the chest, in neat white letters, was the word Abidas. To Thor, it was just a name, a cool design like the ones he'd seen on TV. He felt a flicker of confidence. Maybe this jacket would be his passport into this new world. Maybe today, he wouldn't be the quiet, small boy. He'd be the boy with the cool new jacket. The classroom buzzed with the energy of reunions. Thor found an empty desk at the back, hoping to become invisible. But a new face was a spectacle. Whispers followed him like his own shadow. He kept his head down, focusing on the worn grain of the wooden desk, trying to anchor himself as the waves of chatter crashed around him. It started with a snicker from the next row. A boy named Blake, with a confident smirk, leaned over to his friend. "Check it out," he whispered, loud enough for everyone to hear. "He's wearing Abidas." He stretched the word out, twisting it into something ugly. A few heads turned, then a few more. The snicker spread, becoming a low ripple of laughter. "Hey man," Blake called out, his voice dripping with mock curiosity. "Where'd you get that?" "The special edition?" The classroom erupted. The laughter wasn't a ripple anymore. It was a tidal wave, crashing over Thor, drowning him. He felt every eye on him, not as a new student, but as a joke. Thor's cheeks burned hot. The jacket, once a warm shield, now felt like it was made of lead, pinning him to his chair. He didn't understand what was wrong with the word, but he understood the laughter. He thought of his dad's proud face, the sacrifice behind the gift. The shame was sharp and suffocating. He wished he could disappear. The final bell was a mercy. Thor fled the classroom, the laughter echoing in his ears. He walked home with his head down, the winter wind feeling colder than before. The bustling groups of students seemed miles away, their cheerful goodbyes a language from another world. The fresh start had lasted less than a day. Back in the safety of his room, he tore the jacket off. He stared at the logo, really looked at it for the first time. Abidas. He saw the real brand on TV commercials and on the shoes of kids like Blake. Adidas. The single tiny letter difference felt like a canyon. It wasn't a shield, it was a target. And his dad had bought it for him. The familiar quiet of his room settled around him, but it was different now. It wasn't a retreat, but a prison built by cruelty. His first day had ended in a familiar, sinking sadness. But as he folded the jacket and tucked it away, a tiny, hard knot formed in his chest. It was a place where the hurt was so deep, it had nowhere else to go. It was the beginning of a change he couldn't yet name.